Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well and welcome back to another video. So in this one we are going to look at iClone and its powerful tools to see how we can create animations in a very effective and fast pipeline. So let's jump right in and see how it's done. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, otherwise I'll haunt you in your dreams. Recently, I have been experimenting with Reallusion software and I was trying to see if it's a good fit for creating characters and animations for someone like me. I'm not a character designer, I'm not an animator, and I was searching for an approach, a pipeline to get the job done in the most efficient way possible. And I have to say, using Reallusion software, including the character creator and iClone, and also the plugins, can significantly enhance the pipeline and can help you a lot for getting the job done in a fast and efficient way. Here, as you can see, we have three main products here, and for each product there is a lot of plugins and tools that you can add to the software. First, we have Character Creator, which is made for designing and editing the characters, which we discussed in the previous video. And now we want to work with iClone. iClone is for creating animations, and as you can see, there is all of these plugins and tools that you can add and enhance the capabilities of iClone as well. So here, let's jump into the software and see how easy it is to create a decent animation for a character. Alright, now we are inside iClone 8 and we are going to test a couple of tools and see how we can create an animation for a character. So first, we have this content browser here and we have access to a massive library of content for our projects. We have actors, we have hair, cloth, accessory, animation, and everything we need to set up a beautiful scene. So the first thing we need is an actor, and here, as you can see, we have all these characters that we can use. You just simply download and then add them to your scene. Now we have our goblin in the scene, and as you can see, it's a very high quality model with a lot of details on the skin, and the clothes and everything look beautiful. Alright, now let's see how we can add an animation to our character. There are a couple of ways to get the job done, and the first method that I want to try is using Motion Puppet. So here I'm going to open up this awesome tool, and here we have these animations that we can assign to our character, and we can also control these attributes when we are recording the animation. So for example, we have this move, and inside it we have these movements here, or we have idle, and we have boxing male idol. So here I'm going to select this, hit preview, hit space, and this is the animation. A cool thing here is that we can adjust these and control the character with these sliders and achieve what we want. We can also add an exaggeration to the effect, or you can make it smooth. We can change the speed, and now if I hit escape and instead of preview hit record, I am able to record the movements, and when I hit space, the animation is recorded and we have the movement on our character like this. So it's going to look like this, and yeah, this is one of the ways that you can add animation to your characters. The next thing we can do is to add an additional layer of animation to our character as well. So here this time I'm going to open up edit motion layer, and using this we are able to go through different frames and add keyframes. So here I'm going to set a key to lock everything down, and for example here I can grab the hand, go up like this and add a key, and then a couple of frames later we can reset the pose and add another key. And now as we can see, the movement we made is added as an additive layer to the animation that we already had. So here if you open up your motion track, you can see this motion layer and the keyframes that we made. So here for example we can easily make a punch animation. So let's delete all the keyframes and start from scratch. Somewhere here we want to add a key, then here we want to grab his left hand and do a punch like this. Maybe we need to make it faster, so I'm going to put this keyframe somewhere here, and then we can duplicate this and go back like this. So this can be somewhere here, this can be here, and now we have a punch animation. And if we want him to repeat, we can grab these and put them here as well. So now it's going to look like this. Another cool thing here is that we can lock his face to the camera, so he is always looking at the camera when the animation is being played. Here I'm going to select the character, and then here in the modify panel I'm going to scroll down, and here we have this look at option. If I set look at camera, he will be looking at the camera all the time. And yeah, and now if I play the animation, it will start looking at us when it hits this keyframe here. We set this look at camera on this frame here, so if we want him to always look at us, we can delete this, go back and set this look at camera from the beginning. Now if I play, it will always be locked to the camera location. We can also pick a target and make him look at the target as well. So here for example, let's create a primitive, a sphere. Then let's grab the sphere, let's set it on 1, and put it somewhere here. Maybe we can make it a little bigger. For example, let's go with 3, 3 and 3. And now instead of locking the character to the camera, we can lock it to this. So here let's grab the character, here pick target and pick the mesh. And now when we move this, it will be the target of the head of our character. And this is another way that you can control your character, which can be very handy in different scenarios, and you can make very cool things with these. Alright, this was one of the tools that you can use to add animation to your characters. Another way is obviously downloading some animations from the content browser and assigning it to the character. The process is going to be the same. When you download and apply, it will create the keyframes here, and you can use this edit motion layer to add motion and add other keyframes to the one that you already have. But now I wanna delete these and work on the face. Let's see how we can animate the face. So here we have these actors in the scene, so let's delete this. Let's also delete all of these, and we can also set free so it's not looking at us anymore. I'm going to delete these keyframes as well. Go in the beginning and hit set free. Now I want to add animations to the face. So again, there are a couple of ways you can do this. For now, I'm going to use face key to add keyframes to the face. So here we can add an idle animation and add face keys on top of it, or you can just start with this tool here. So here, as you can see, I'm able to open up this tool and then modify different parts of the face, add a keyframe, and then move them again and add keyframes again. So in order to be able to see the keyframes that you make, you need to go to this and here enable expression. And now here in the expression timeline, we are able to see the keyframes. So here we start with this, then we go here, and when you drag, it will create loops. So you can just remove this and then add other keyframes as well. So for example, we can select this, control the lips like this. Here, as you can see, it adds a keyframe automatically. And then here, for example, we can also focus on the mouth. So here, if I select this, you can control it easily like this. And now here, as you can see, we have this animation for the face, and everything is controllable here. Another cool thing you can do is to use these expression settings. So instead of handling things manually, you can just use this expressions. So here we can start with happy like this. Maybe we can exaggerate the expressiveness. Then after a couple of frames, we can be sad. So we can go to this, or even this. And then we can get surprised like this. And then we can get angry. So let's go to angry and pick one of these. And now, as you can see, we have this very cool animation for the facial expressions. Alright, and finally, let's also test the lip sync as well. So here I'm going to delete everything we have. Let's assign an idle animation to our character. And now I want to add a lip sync to this idle animation here. So here I'm going to open up IQ Lips. Then here, as you can see, I'm able to record a voice, or you can just use a text to a speech editor. So let's write something here. For example, let's say I want to kill you all. You can also hear it with these voices as well.
I want to kill you all. I want to kill you all.
Let's hit OK. And now it will align the text with the audio.
I want to kill you all.
And
I want to kill.
You can also change the words if they are not written correctly. When you do a record, sometimes it cannot hear the words properly, and here you are able to edit them. Now if I hit apply, it will apply the lip sync to the character. So
I want to kill you all. I want to kill you all.
Here, as you can see, I can have this lip sync animation on my character with only a couple of clicks. And since he wants to kill us all, let's make him look angry as well. So again, let's open up face key and make it angry. Let's go with this. Let's also make him look directly to the camera. So again, I'm going to enable look at camera, and now we have
I want to kill you all.
This animation here.
I want to kill you all.
Yeah, this is how easy it is to create and adjust animations in iClone. If you are interested, check out the link in the description, and you can play with the free trials that they have and see if it's a good fit for your workflow. Thanks for watching the video, and see you in the next one.